Hey there, and welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be talking about Ravencoin RVN. Let's go. All right. Welcome back to the channel. Let's get into this. I'm going to start us off here on the 12-hour time frame. I had put a tweet out about a day ago, about 24 hours ago, when we were up in this green candle right up in here. Or maybe it was this one right here before it had the big drop off. Probably this one right here. So I put a tweet out saying things could get spicy, and they sure did, in the wrong direction. So looks like it was a fake out, which is fine. It looked like we were starting to make that higher high here. And at that point, we had a nice green candle moving in with some okay volume coming in. And there were a couple other coins at that exact same time that were moving as well. I believe at one point, Ravencoin was up like 7 or 8%. But obviously, we had the big red candle come back down. We've had a bearish divergence on Ravencoin for quite a while now. So that's kind of playing out right now. But I wanted to start us off on the 12-hour time frame, just because I've had this trend line here, or I don't remember when I put this trend line here. Maybe I put it on. Anyway, I have it on there now. And so starting from the bottom here, this entire run up, since we had the fall back here, the very bottom for Ravencoin in this cycle, this bear market, so far our bottom. I started the trend line down here, moved it up to the top, and coincidentally, we came right down and touched the trend line there, and possibly about to start moving to the upside. So I also, in my last video, I had talked about possible 400% move. I said it was probably unlikely that it was going to happen, but it was just very interesting, some of the similarities that I was seeing. And so that would have, had made, the last time that happened, it happened on Friday and Saturday. So that's tomorrow and the next day. So who knows? Maybe this candle here and then the next candle is going to be a pretty big one. We'll see. But we still have, not really happy where the Cypher B is here. We're still pretty high up here with some divergences showing. We still have divergences showing on the RSI and the price. Price is going higher. RSI is going lower. So we still got that to look out for. One thing I had mentioned in a previous video were similarities to this move. Let me get my tool out here. From this move right here, when we went up, down, up, created some sort of a W pattern, and then fell down and found support at previous resistance right here. So if we did that, use that same idea, and we went up, down, up again, formed some kind of a W pattern, then we come back down and we find support at previous resistance, kind of like right here. Very similar to this pattern over here. And you can also see on this side, we did have a little bit of a fake out candle right here where we had a giant wick to the upside and then the crash down below. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen either, but I am saying it is a possibility. Just like tomorrow and the next day, there's a possibility of a big blast off if we base it all off of history. And that's based off of this move back here, where it's pretty similar as well. And then we had some big moves to the upside. So there's a couple different things that we can see play out here from looking at past history, but then we could just create our own, our own new history with Ravencoin, where we just do something completely different. So, it's all just kind of looking at the charts, seeing what's happening right now. What we do see happening is we're holding this support line very nicely. So the one thing we need to pay attention to is this support line that I've got here. If we currently, where we're sitting right now, break below 028 is what I'm going to say, then I'm going to get a little bit more concerned, or just, ready for the move to come and retest the 025 area again. And so, and possibly even lower than that. But if we take a fib from this bottom here to the top, that lines us up pretty nicely with the 618. So you've got the 200 moving average on the 12-hour. You've got the 618 fib. And then you've got previous resistance, hopefully going to turn support, all in that same area, which is right around the 0.25 to the 0.26 area. All in that area. That'd be where I'd be looking for some kind of a support if we did break below this. Now, actually, the technical target, if we broke below this, would bring us all the way back down to our blue line here, which would bring us down to the 0.2 area. Now, we don't want to see we don't want to see that, but I just don't see us going down there, not unless there's some kind of major thing happening in the crypto market. You know, I can't see that happening, going that far down. Now, we did get some word that the U.S. is starting to crack down on crypto lending, and that's why we saw a drop in the prices. Yes, or this whole candle right here is based off of that news, where Brian Armstrong from Coinbase came out and said that the SEC is talking about, I forgot what he said, banning something, and then it turned out Kraken settled a lawsuit apparently with the SEC for $30 million. And then they've got to shut down their crypto lending or something like that. I'm not really sure. Anyway, it had to do with crypto lending, but maybe we're going to get a bounce off of that because maybe it was just, you know, just a bunch of FUD out there. I mean, it's not fake, but it's you know, just people being concerned about something that really doesn't matter. Because, I mean, it would be a shame if they pulled the lending from the U.S. market. I think that's silly, but it's not like the end of crypto at that point. So nothing really big to worry about. Anyway, on the, let's see here, on the 12-hour time frame, we're holding this support. The 4-hour time frame, so we did create a lower low on the 4-hour time frame, so that is something to pay attention to. But let's see, if we pull a fib from this guy over here to this top right here, you can see that we're even underneath the 618 right now, which is not good. That's telling me that there is a chance to either go sideways for a little bit, which then at that point would be giving us a squeeze here, which actually wouldn't be too bad because this would be a bullish pattern. If you see this upwards trending line right here, so you've got this upwards trending line, then you've got this resistance line. Those are some terrible lines. And then if we can just continue going sideways in this area right here, that's a bullish pattern with a breakout target of that, you know, bringing us back up, you know, to the 3-cent area. So, I mean, it's not a big move, but it's at least a bullish pattern to get us further away from this trend line that we're following right now. But we did get a nice reset on the RSI, which is good. So we're down right holding around that 40 level, which is what I'd like to see. I mean, I'd prefer us to be above the 50, but on the lower time frames, getting down to the 40 level is fairly common. I mean, you can see we did that over here, had the 40 level, then we had a big pump. You know, we even went lower over here, and then we had another big pump. But, I mean, and then back in here, we were staying above the 50 level. But 40 level is really the last resort for the RSI. Also, you can see that the market cipher B looks like it might be curling over. And if you go down to even the 1 hour, you can see that we did have the green dot. It does look like we're about to get a double bottom. At the best case scenario would be bottoming out with a double bottom right here, having this come back down. And again, like I said, touching this support again wouldn't be out of, you know, out of this world. You know, we can come back down. Hit that 786 line right there, right around the 0284 level, which would also line up perfectly with this support line and then come up from there. And that would create a double bottom move to get out of there like that. Or again, like I said, we can just continue in this range and then finally break out as we squeeze the price over here. So, and also, I mean, I got to throw that out there still. I mean, if what happened in the past happens again, we could see a big move this tomorrow and the next day. Maybe this was just a fake out to the downside for all we know based off that news. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I think we do have, maybe it's not this coin I was looking at. I saw we had some divergence somewhere. It's hard to tell. Anyway, you can see that we are forming that kind of a pattern on the 15-minute time frame where we've got the higher lows being created while it's hitting this resistance line right here. So it kind of looks like we're about to get another move to the upside as well, possibly, if it does break up. And that would bring us up to the 3-cent level as well. But that's on the 15-minute time frame. So that's, yeah, I don't really take that into too much consideration, considering also on the RSI on the 15-minute time frame, we're hitting the 50 level and getting rejected, and we've got a red dot on the market cipher. I'm again, going to assume that this is going to curl over. But I don't know. I just thought I'd do a quick update. I was hoping that today's update would be us moving higher, but those bearish divergences came in and they finally are playing out. And as long as they just, this was the play out to those divergences, I think that's good. I mean, we can get that retest of this support line, and then we can continue on to the upside, which would be good news. I think that's pretty much it. Let me move this trend line, see if I can see anything else. I mean, maybe we're forming, an ascending triangle here, which is a bullish pattern, but it's not really enough touch points here for that. I would have liked to see this one come down and touch the trend line as well, if that was the case. So I just don't think that that's happening. So let's have to wait and see. Again, if we break below, really here actually on the 4 hour, if you break below this 200 EMA on the 4 hour, which is sitting at the 0275 area, 77 area, that's where I'd be really starting to get concerned about a further breakdown. So pretty much it. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.